program organized by our college, Annai Velangani College of Engineering, Kanyakumari, in collaboration with NHRD. So I am very happy to be here with all the participants, those who have joined here from various places. So it's a very great, wonderful program of future readiness of future work. And there are a few experts here, moderators and resource persons are here who are likely to be with us, going to share a lot of information about the current trends in the HR field. So first of all, I'd like to introduce the main person, that is a moderator, Mr. Israel Inbaraj, who is the HR professional with an experience of 23 years in different companies. That is Aditya Birla Group, Caterpillar India, GE India, APC India, and Pricol. And also he is a life member of NHRD. So it's a great, wonderful one. On behalf of the chairman and the board members and the management of Annai Velangani College of Engineering, a warm and hearty welcome to you, sir. And next, I would like to introduce the resource persons, Mr. Shekhar GN, who is a HR professional from Bangalore, which is an experience of 17 years in different multinational companies. Welcome you all. And next, I want to introduce Mr. Kumaraguru, the HR manager, Tora Industries Private Limited, with an experience. He's having 13 years of experience in HR. And the next resource person is Ms. V. Prajita Devi. She's working as a HR executive in Petronas Engineering Services Private Limited, India, Chennai. And the last one, Mr. Dinesh, is a passionate HR professional with more than 10 years of experience in manufacturing and retail sector. And currently he is now associated with Classic Industries and Exports Limited, Apollo Tyres Group. And he's assistant manager HR Priya in SR Steel, Lavasa Group and Future Group. So wholeheartedly, once again, I thank you all and welcome you all for this wonderful program. Over to Mr. Israel Joseph.
Mr. Israel, sir, you can start your session.
Mr. Israel, sir, you can start your program. It's your session now.
Sir, you can start a session.
Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for the nice introduction.
Yeah,
Happy to connect, and always a pleasure in connecting the institutes and the team members and the faculties and the students. HR fraternity, it's not our privilege. It is not only our privilege. It's our duty to connect and share our expertise from the institute, from where we all gained our knowledge, we all gained our job. So that's the reason we are having this, and I thank the director for graciously accepting to have this as a panel discussion rather than having as a one person talking. And I would like to thank Mr. Philip for coordinating this session. The various participants and the faculty members who are going to speak today are really having an extreme expertise in sharing their knowledge. So I would like to thank them. Today we are going to talk about readiness of future. Readiness of future is, if you ask me, we have almost, I remember from the year 2000 onwards, we are talking more about the VUCA world. I know most of you be aware of it. What's VUCA world? It's VUCA means it's a abbreviation for acronym for a set of words. It's a VUCA world means V for volatile, U for uncertainty. U for uncertainty, completely uncertain, completely ambiguous, completely volatile is the expectation in the year 2000. But if you see today world is actually really is a VUCA world. We are not very sure. Nothing can be decided today. When we will start the college, nobody knows. When the companies will start working, nobody knows. When the lockdown will end, nobody knows. When actually we'll be having a regular, normal, routine life, nobody knows. It will happen in a month, it will happen in years, or it will happen in multiple couple of years. All are in a very, very complex and very uncertainties prevailing here. But as an organization, in spite of uncertainty, we are expected to do certain fixed things, certain fixed normal. We have to bring the abnormal to normal. For example, in this uncertainty, how do we educate people is a challenge. So we have found an opportunity, creating a kind of webinar kind of setup where people can connect, and there are a lot of plus points also coming in place. For example, if you have to call all these 4 experts to your college and ask them to speak, it will be very difficult. You have to arrange and prepare for a year, days together, weeks together for organizing such a wonderful personality from different world, different parts of life. But you are able to connect all those experts in single window. You are able to listen and connect from across the globe. So a lot of new ideas are coming. Always any invention comes out of necessity. All inventions in the world have come only due to necessity in life. And this pandemic crisis had created huge amount of necessity. Very, very critical amount of necessity has come in. So people have started finding new ways and opportunities to run the world. Even what will happen to my industry as a business? What will happen? What will happen to the new generation of college? Are they ready today? Will they be able to face this future uncertainty? All these things are in a very, very volatile situation. So at this point of time, it's very important for all of us to understand and share the criticality from our perspective, what is good for the students, what is best for the students. So first I would like to introduce Mr. Shekhar. Anyone from our panel members can comment. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And it's friends, participants, if you want to ask any questions about anybody's talk, please start typing your questions in your chat box, which is available in your Zoom call. In bottom, you will see that there is a provision for a chat box. You can start typing the questions now itself. As and when we want to ask something about the speakers, from the speakers, please type those questions, because you will not be given a provision for talking here. Because there are about, I don't know how many participants are there. I'm sure more than 200 people will be there. So all the participants, if they are given an opportunity for them to ask questions, everybody started asking questions. It will not be clear. There are technical difficulties. So I will moderate those questions based on the need of the situation. I will divert the questions to a particular people. So that's what I will do it now. So I'm not going to be a speaker today. We have a great speakers in front of us. It is my urge always to develop connectivity, to expose, share their knowledge. That is why these 4 people are here, and they are going to share the knowledge. To start with, we have Mr. Shekhar. Shekhar is a very, very dynamic personality. He works as General Manager HR, Employee Relations, Safety and Health and Environment, and Corporate Manufacturing Company Private Limited in Bangalore, and very famous personality in terms of HR professionals in Bangalore. And he always guides, coaches. Daily he releases one video in his YouTube channel about the HR profession, what's happening in HR, how do we handle HR job. Not only that, he is also very good expertise in the labor law program. I'm connected with him for at least for the past 6 to 7 years. and he is qualified with his MSW and LLB. LLB in Tamil Nadu is called Bachelor of Law, and Diploma in Training and Development, having close to 17 plus years of experience leading HR functions from different corporates, and currently he works for Busy Manufacturing Company Limited. And he has been conceptualizing, implementing various HR concepts. Also, he's running the YouTube channel, which is very famous among the HR fraternity. So let's hear from Mr. Shekhar. Shekhar, welcome you. Maybe you can start your screen. I will stop my screen sharing here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yeah.
Yes,
thank you for a nice introduction, sir. Yeah. Namaste to all. Extended warm regards for AVEC for organizing this webinar in association with NHRD. This subject matter of today's webinar is really a attention-grabbing one, because at this stage, everyone having only one crucial question in their mind is, how will future look like? Here, I remember the greatest quote of Mahatma Gandhi: the future depends on what we do in the present. The future will not be so cool as earlier, but will be more challenging for youngsters due to the two reasons. One is the fourth industrial revolution, Industry 4.0, shall be altering the world of work entirely, permanently, due to AI and IoT and so on. With this technological industry, there will be a lot of plenty job opportunities coming in the market. In line with this, as we know, the COVID-19 is doing all kind of the major damages in almost in all areas of human life and economy. But remember, there will be a light after dark. The impact of COVID-19 shall be brightening the transformation in the future work life and job opportunities. Each and every economy of the world is planning to bounce back, and that bounce back shall be going to bring a lot of sunlight for the young professionals coming into the market. Hence, the future will be really bright, and your job opportunities will be really good, more than what we are expecting today. Hence, friends, be cool, stay motivated. The future will be better than you are imagining. I know each of you, every person in the younger generation, their parents and the teachers, having a lot of worries about the future of the upcoming graduates and postgraduates. Such few worries are, first question is that, do I get a permanent job? Do I get a job after completion of my studies? Do I get a desired job as I am expecting? And the one more question is that, do I get a job which will help me to settle my life permanently? And do I get a pay package as per my academic qualification and as per my skill set? And where do I get a job? Where the recruitments are happening in the present situation? And the last worry majority of us having are, okay, what should I do to get the job and my desired job with my desired salary? Having these questions is not enough, friends. The systematic approach, planning and preparation will give answers for these particular questions. Now, going forward, you please remember the things that the future world post-COVID-19 business situation mainly depends on these factors. One is cash management. The second one is localization will be a long-term shift and strategy due to the, you know, what is happening in the present between China, USA and other countries. So yes, there will be a lot of focus on localization. And as you know, today we are using all digital platforms. Yes, the digital going to get a great push, and there will be a variable cost models, and supply chain flexibility will be very high, and building organizational agility, and major focus will come on a gig economy and flexi manpower. In the last one, it will be diversity in business modules. I have highlighted these factors here because these factors will be major boosters for job creation in the market in the coming days. It is important for each one of us and the young graduates and postgraduates coming out of the colleges to understand these factors and equip their skills to deliver a great return on investment for their future employers when they join for the job. Now, what will be the future work requirements? The future work requirement shall not be same as it is today. As indicated in my previous slide, the cash will be driven the market in the future. Yes, the major two factors, cash and cash management, will be the main source in the future work requirements. Yes, the following four factors will be the major job requirements in the upcoming days. One is gig economy. In the coming days, say maybe starting from now itself, no permanent employment in the market. Forget about getting married for an employment. Now we get a once employment, we have a guarantee that we will be staying in the job up to age of 58 years. But going forward, this kind of the setup will not be there. A gig economy means is a free market system where the employments will happen based on the temporary positions, be a project based, it may be a task based, like a freelancers. Hence, in this direction, the upcoming job seekers must be ready to work or align themselves into the gig economy. So with a higher level of adaptability and flexibility. So friends, as a graduates, when you come out from the market, the colleges, you should be ready to take your career in the scope of gig economy. The second one is multi-skill and multitasking. Now you say that you design, you may join at this stage, but in the coming onwards, in the future, the entire world will be driven by gig economy. Yes, your job should be multi-skill and you should be multitasking. For example, in a gig economy, a driver should be able to do a job of a cleaner, a mechanic, a office boy, a pantry keeper, and so on. Because as Mr. Israel sir indicated, in the VUCA world, we don't know what kind of the challenges and uncertainties will going to come. So today, what you handle the job may not be available tomorrow or may not be available in the next 1 hour. So hence, you should equip yourself always with a multi-skill and multitasking ability when you are coming for the job market in the future. The third one is forget about monthly salary, daily salary, those kind of the thing. The future job requirement will be pay per task completion or not for number of hours. In the future work environment, there will be no concept called daily or monthly pay system. And more importantly, the salary shall not be decided based upon the number of hours you are putting. The pay shall be decided purely on cost matrix. To elaborate this, the pay will be based upon the specific task or targets or projects which you complete. To say in a simple word, this will be just like do this and get this. You complete this particular task. If you complete this particular task, I will pay this particular thing. So hence, the graduates coming in the future for the market should have a ability to do a task based on the more effectiveness better than others. Hence, you will be a competent to get a task and get more and more pay in the task based or in the gig economy work culture. And the last one, the future work requirement will be work from home or home office. What is this work from home or work office? As you know already, due to COVID-19, many of us addicted or started working from the home. So now this organization also understood that what is the effectiveness and how it is possible to run show work from home. And going forward through gig economy concept, there will be no offices. You may be need to work from home. But working from home is not so easy. The situational adaptability, what we are having today, brought us to explore the possibilities of working from home. But working from home and working from office will be entirely different. So personal
Mr. Israel, sir.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Israel,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Hello.
It's audible, sir. Israel, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think Dinesh, sir, you can start your session.
I think அந்த வீடியோனால கொஞ்சம் bandwidth கம்மியாகுதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எல்லாரும் வீடியோ
Yeah,
ஆன் பண்றனால.
I have stopped their video also.
So Israel sir ஒன்னும் பேசலையே.
Yes. Yeah, Israel, sir.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You're audible. Mr. Dinesh, sir.
Dinesh, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
I'm audible. Sorry, actually, Shekhar is finished.
Sir, Shekhar sir came to his last slide.
Okay, okay. But I'm not able to hear Shekhar's voice.
Sir, I think we can go to the next person.
Shekhar is finished or Shekhar network is a problem?
Network issues, sir.
Network issues are there. Okay.
Yes.
Dinesh, I think, we should start. Dinesh, yours. I would like to have a quick intro of Dinesh. I'll come back to Shekhar again. Dinesh is a very, again, a very, very talented. See, you know, see many HR people are there.
Sir, your voice is not
But
audible.
why like Shekhar and Dinesh are here as a speaker today? The reason is the way they contribute for the society. They are not the people they look for only their voice is not audible. Oh, what do I do? Now, is it audible? Dinesh, maybe you can start, Dinesh. Dinesh, you can start.
Dinesh sir, you can start your session.
You can start. Dinesh, are you able to connect? Or Prachita, are you ready? Are you able to connect?
Yes, sir, I can able to connect.
Dinesh? Hello, Dinesh.
போஸ்ட் மியூட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க சார்.
Perfect. Face கேக்குது. Now your voice. Dinesh is ready.
ஓகே ஓகே சார், ஐ கோ.
Dinesh is a person who, am I audible, Dinesh?
யா சார்.
So Dinesh is a person who is connecting with a lot of HR professional, and he's known for an HR fraternity as a very well-known personality. And he's also having a very high qualifications, like starting from BSc, MBA, then law degree, then PG diploma, and MSc psychology. Anything you name it, which is required for to be a real HR professionals, all qualifications Dinesh is having. And he's known for his connect with people and expertise in sharing. So thanks, Dinesh, for joining this event. Dinesh, floor is
Thank
open.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, screen sharing option as host has disabled. Can you able to give option?
Sure, sir.
I'm waiting for screen sharing option. This still is not given.
Start sharing option will come, Dinesh. Maybe you can try that.
No, sir. They are disable my rights, sir. Actually, they have to give rights to me.
Philip, sir, can you make him as a co-host?
Yeah, it's doing.
Others, we can request other participants to mute their video also, because that takes a lot of bandwidth. All other participants can mute their video, please. Radhamani, madam, can you please mute your video? Radhamani, madam, can you mute your video, please? Yeah, thank you.
Philip, I'm waiting for your things.
Yes, sir, because unable. Okay. It's getting stuck.
What happened, Dinesh? Are you able to
Sir,
get the connect?
sir, yes, sir. I think it's we can continue with Ms. Prajita Devi, because she is already in a
Otherwise,
co-host.
give me the video sharing to me. I have Dinesh. Is the updated one? What you have sent it to me?
No, I shared this now.
Yeah,
Now
you can
just-
share your session. Okay, start.
Dinesh, is
So
this the
now
updated slide, or you have some updated one?
No, I have the updated one. Can you see my slides, sir, now?
Yes, sir. It's visible. Yes.
Hmm?
Yes,
Yes.
yours
Okay,
is visible
okay.
now.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you so much for the introduction, Israel, sir, and thank you so much for the opportunity for ABC College. So here I'm going to talk about this manufacturing industry trend. So this is what the going to be a future for manufacturing industry. So I'm taken some points from based on the statistics and input provided by the expert. So here you see there is eight things is important for manufacturing industry for future. For AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning, smart manufacturing, printing technology, energy efficiency, then predictive maintenance innovation, and IoT, agility and responsiveness, better customer engagement. This eight things is going to be ruling in manufacturing industry in future. This eight things is very important. As a student, you need to upgrade your skill according to the this manufacturing trends. Let me see detail in about for what is artificial intelligence and machine learning. For example, artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence process by machines, especially computer system. இப்போ நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியும் ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ்னா என்ன, இது நிறைய பேருக்கு பேசுறாங்களே. ஸோ அப்படின்னா என்னன்றது சில பேருக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும், சில பேருக்கு தெரியாது. ஸோ ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ்னா ஒரு பேசிக் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்பெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க ஜிமெயில போய் டைப் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஒரு 2 வேர்ட் டைப் பண்ணும்போது அதே ஒரு சென்டென்ஸ் ஃபார்மேஷன்.
Can we check once, Dinesh, anybody having difficulty in understanding Tamil?
I already checked with Philips, that's why I'm mixing with them.
Oh, people are okay with Tamil? Okay, proceed, please proceed. Yeah, okay.
So the artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence process by machine, especially computer systems. So for example, if you type in Gmail, they will give one sentence without you are typing it. So this is also one of the example for artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that emphasizes the development of intelligence machines, thinking and working like human. It's nothing but it's human intelligence replacing by artificial intelligence. So I'm giving some example here: Siri, Tesla, Netflix, Echo, Cognito, Flying Drone, etc. These are the example for artificial intelligence. What is Siri? Siri is one of the most personal assistant offered by Apple in iPhone and iPad. So this technology is invented by Apple. So they are using it iPhone and iPad. What exactly they're doing this device? This friendly female voice activated in this device. They will assist and interact with you on day-to-day routines. For example, if you have any appointments or if you ask any direction or any voice call, you can interact with these devices. So this is also one of the type of artificial intelligence technology advancement. If you have Android phone, you have Google Assistant. So you can talk, you can ask direction. So Google having a Google Assistant in Android phone, but Apple only having the Siri technology. This is also one kind of artificial intelligence. So if you take Tesla is not, India is not at to come, but in other countries they are in a testing manner. They are using it also. This is also one of the automobile industry are shifting towards artificial intelligence. So driverless car, predictive capabilities, and these are the things is going to be ruling in upcoming futures. So if you take Netflix is one of the entertainment tool. So now most of them are watching Amazon Prime Videos and Netflix. What Netflix is doing here, this technology is using the predictive technology. So for example, they are recommending based upon their interest, reaction, choices, behavior. So they will recommend it. So what kind of movie you like and what kind of things you like. So based upon your behavior, not only this Netflix, Amazon, if you take YouTube or anything, if you search something, they will give some recommendation for you. So this is also one kind of technology using by artificial intelligence only. So Echo. So now you see the Echo. What is Echo? It's Amazon has introduced this Echo. So formerly called, now they given one name called Alexa. So this Alexa technology also used by artificial intelligence only. So through the web kind of information, you can interact with this Alexa device, and you can read audio books, and you can ask the traffic report for daily going routes, or you can schedule your appointments. So this kind of devices will be useful for your daily routines also. Cogito is one of the technology that is widely used for customer support department. So what is exactly is doing? If you remember a few years back, if you want to call customer care officer, you have to take too much of time to connect the customer care officer. But now it has totally changed. You can connect in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But going future, you can get the advice from a customer care officer in a minute because of this artificial intelligence. It's a behavioral version to improve the intelligence of customer support representative. So what happened based upon the behavior, so you can interact with this kind of cognitive cognitive artificial intelligence, it will be helpful to interact with customer care executives people. Flying drones. Flying drones is widely used for many purposes. For example, now drone is used for logistic purposes and also used for some entertainment industries, taking photos and videos. So this kind of things is happening through artificial intelligence only. So these are the few examples for artificial intelligence. So nothing but artificial intelligence is replacing the human intelligence. So it will be widely used for upcoming nowadays. Many industries are using this artificial intelligence, but not 100%. But going forward, this artificial intelligence is going to rule all the manufacturing sector. So if you take what is machine learning is nothing but it's application of artificial intelligence. It will learn and improve from experience. For example, machine learning will not depend upon the human input or output. So based upon this experience, he will react. For example, if I take some command, if I giving some command, these are the product I need, this kind of design I need from output from this machine. So what happen if any changes is come, the machine will not accept it. He will change according to the output from the customer expectation or user demand. So this kind of experience is one of the things is going to be in manufacturing sector. So 5G, now we're going to move on 5G and smart manufacturing. 5G is the fifth generation of network. So now we are in 4G. So we can exchange our files and documents from sending and receiving through this network only. For 5G, what is the use of 5G for a manufacturing sector? 5G is not only used for mostly for gadgets, it also used for manufacturing company also, how it interrelated to IoT and artificial intelligence. The main advantage of 5G are greater speed in transmission and lower latency, and therefore greater capacity of remote execution and greater number of connected devices and possibility of implementing virtual network. So the 5G, we can connect n number of network at the same time, and we can have the remote access also through this 5G network. So we can get a real-time data because it's lower latency. So no buffering and all. We can have a real-time data experience. So this 5G is going to be important one for manufacturing sector. What is many of them is talking about smart manufacturing. What is smart manufacturing? Smart manufacturing is a technology-driven approach that utilize internet connected through machines. So nowadays, so many machines are connected through internet to monitor the production process. See, for example, a few years back, if you want any kind of machine update, you need to ask the people and you need to send a mail and he has to update the report to the one user to another user. Now you are sitting in a place and you can see or you can monitor the process of production process and you can know about the reports of what machine is exactly doing now. So this is one kind of smart manufacturing process. The goal of the smart manufacturing is identify the opportunities of automatic operation and use the data to improving manufacturing performance. So all things are recorded in a smart manufacturing, and you can use the data for effectively to improve your business aspect also. So here I mentioned about smart city autonomous car. So smart city, for example, if you want to build a smart city or you want to implement the Tesla cars and all, you need to implement the sensor in a various places. So sensor will give you information. So based upon that, you can have all the data in a place. So you can access the smart city and you can have a driverless car also. So this technology also going to rule in upcoming future. So we have to be ready for this kind of future technology. So next we move on to printing technology. Printing technology, what is the trend now? Printing technology is 3D technology. 3D printing is a manufacturing process that produce object in accordance to 3D digital model by using 3D printer. Previously, 3D printer means we can visualize the 3D effect model. We can visualize the we can object. Now what happened? This object will replace to manufacturing process.
Finish 1 minute left over.
Oh, so printing technology is going to rule the future manufacturing trend also. So energy efficiency is one of the important resources we have to utilize properly as energy resources. For example, so many companies are coming forward with solar panels and other things. If you have some example, you have incandescent bulb in a few years back that will be replaced by CFL bulb. Now LED bulb is ruling the world now. Why LED bulb? Because it contains less resources of energy. Energy efficiency is really good, and the lifestyle also will be more advantage of LED bulbs. So energy efficiency is very important because future the energy demand will be high. So we have to utilize properly on energy utilization. Then you have to see the predictive innovation and maintenance. So what is predictive innovation and maintenance? It is application of software. It will be installed in machines. So it can predict what is the usage of machine and how much product has been produced and what is the capacity utilization. So this kind of data you can get this predictive innovation and maintenance. So how it will help? This kind of data will help as a maintenance or organization to plan certain maintenance activities. Few years back, some maintenance people, they company having some order, they asked to deliver on timely product. That time what happens, some machine having some problem, some breakdown will occur. This will lead to delay in say delivery order to the customer. So because of this kind of issue, they may not get the order also on time. So this avoidance, this kind of things, this artificial intelligence and other technology will be useful for to predictive innovation and maintenance. Some machines are all having some temperature. For cool temperature only it will work. For temperature reading and empowering through data, historical data, for example, manually we have to maintain some historical data. Now we no need to maintain the historical data manually. All things are updated in this predictive maintenance model. So next we move on to IoT model, Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is nothing but a network of internet connected objects able to collect and exchange data. So all the things will be collect and exchange the data through internet IoT model. It will help for tracking and monitoring. So many transport, you can have a GPS model. So not only the transport, now asset management also based upon this model, they are using it. So they can place the sensor and tracking all the devices in a manner. So it is also widely used for data analytics. It will be used for data analytics like uh, like geographical data and motion data and healthcare data. Not only this IoT is going to be, now IoT is widely used for healthcare industry also. How it is helpful means IoT is nothing but Internet of medical things now coming up. What is medical things? This IoT model will be widely used for medical equipments also. It will it will monitoring of patient remotely. Device can report an emergency alarm states like heart diseases, like heart failure, this kind of information through remotely the doctor can access through monitor through this kind of devices. So IoT is widely used for many industries. So upcoming days, it's healthcare industry also going to use widely for these IoT models. Then agility and responsiveness based upon the customer demand and market
Dinesh,
condition.
we are crossing 12 minutes.
Okay, so I'll 1 point, sir. So technology will force manufacturers to concentrate on improving the agility and responsiveness because of changing customer demand and market condition. So we have to be agility and responsiveness based upon the customer demand and marketing condition. So you have to think faster and understanding quickly all the things. So based upon that, we have to react. So next is better customer engagement. We have to engage the customer properly. After manufacturing, that process is not going to be end. You have to interact with customer and you have to understand the consequence of customer facing. Based upon that, you can modify the product, or else based upon the customer demand, you can able to manufacturing the product. This is one of the important tool for better customer engagement. So these are the 8 things are going to be ruling in the future technology. So I request all the students to go through this kind of technology and you can get a surely job opportunity in upcoming days. Here I have listed some online platform here. So these are the companies are giving free online courses. So you can able to use out of it Sailor, Gymnasium, IBM, TCS, Ion, Tata Steel, SAP. These are the companies are offering the free of cost program, artificial intelligence, coding, designers, machine learning. So if you want to learn, you can go to this website and you can learn and get some e-certification also. Apart from that, I am sharing some of the other website also. So this also you can able to learn and you can upgrade your skills and knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Sir.
I know I had to put the hot stuff for you because it took around 14 minutes. We have planned for 10 minutes. Thanks a lot. But
Thank you, sir.
brought a very wonderful insights about manufacturing trends. Friends, you must be wondering, what is this manufacturing trends? Dinesh spoke about it. In olden days, if you see the factors of production, people used to call 4M, 5M, money, material, man, These were four factors of production in the olden days. But moving forward, apart from this four or five factors of production in economics, what we used to study, these are all the trends are going to make difference in the manufacturing process. நீங்க உற்பத்தி திறன் நடக்கிற இடங்கள்ல இந்த விஷயங்கள்லாம் மாற்றங்களை ஏற்படுத்த போகுது. ஏன்னா இப்ப சாஃப்ட்வேர் ஒரு காலத்துல வந்து IoT அப்படின்னா இட்ஸ் ஒன்லி ஃபார் சாஃப்ட்வேர். சிவமணி சார், கேன் யூ புட் யுவர் வீடியோ ஆன் மியூட் ப்ளீஸ்? Because of the bandwidth, actually we are not able to open the video. We are also trying to equip ourselves to handle the online sessions. A lot of technological difficulties are there. This is another challenge, but I'm sure we will find solution for all these kind of challenges over a period of time. So earlier time, software is used only for a kind of job, no, what you do in the IT industries. Today software is running the world. If you have a car service happening today, if you go and give the car for service, they do a software upgradation. Most of your mechanical errors are getting erased, right? And Tesla car, once they introduced in India, they had a problem of ground clearance. So normally ground clearance is the problem. What they will do, they will take it to the service center, and they will take few more days to rectify the errors, to uplift by using mechanical things and bring back usage the car. Today, what Tesla has done is, Tesla has taken the car, did a software upgradation for mechanical upgradation of the vehicle, and software upgradation able to maximize the ground clearance. So that's what actually the future of trend is going to happen. The manufacturing and software are going to hand in hand in such a way, it's going to change the world. It's going to work. You can't say that I'm not a computer guy, I'm not a computer software engineer, I should learn this. So I'm only a mechanical guy, I will not know about software. No, it's a kind of merging all these technologies, bringing it under one platform and creating a solution for the people, for the society. That's what expected out of the students in the future. So we can't have your learning to a restricted area. That's what Dinesh has brought in. Thanks, Dinesh. Now I will open the floor for Prajita. Prajita, can I have my slides to be, my screen to be shared? Yes. Prajita Devi is working as a HR executive in Petronas company. So petrochemical companies are reasonably well financially equipped companies in Chennai. So Prajita works for the company. She has finished her master's degree in human resource management from Women's Christian College, Chennai, and BCom from DG Vaishnava College. And she is also certified as the labor law auditor by the Confederation of Industry. That's where I could able to meet Prajita. And she's a very active member of Chroma, and she used to share her knowledge with a lot of colleges from her beginning of career itself. So thanks, Prasida, for volunteering. So I will stop sharing. Maybe you can start sharing your screen.
First, I would like to thank Israel Imrat sir and the college.
Prajita, little louder, please. Your audio is very, very low. Little louder.
I would like to thank Israel Imrat sir and the college Annai Velankani of Engineering for giving me this opportunity. So I'm going to discuss about the skills what you all need during your job search and in your career. So now, what is skill? Can I have some answers in the comment section about what is skill?
Chat box here. Please go to the chat box and type your responses. What is skill is a question raised by Prajita. Please start typing your responses there. Yes, Prajita. One person says, ability to solve any task.
Solve any task. Yeah, and the other person, Divya, has given ability to task, ability to do something. Correct. A skill is something that you are good at doing. It could be come naturally to you, or by something you have learned through experience, or by training, or by if you have come across any internship there in that in the organizations you would have learned. Selvakumar, it is set of knowledge towards completion on task. Yeah, correct. Having the right skills can go a long way to help you to get a good job. Okay, thank you all for the comments.
Ma'am, your audio is very low. Can you able to increase your audio?
Yeah, sure. But it is. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. You can start.
Yeah. So as I told, a skill is something that you're good at doing. It could be come naturally to you or by something by experience and by training. So skill is one of the most important thing in today's world. Apart from your academic, skill is what you have to know, what you will be having it already for few peoples. Can you just tell me what type of skills are there? The ability to accomplish. Yeah, correct. Technical skills is what everyone will be having on academics and everything. So technical skills is like work communication skills. Yeah, right. Communication skill is what only not we communicate to one person. It is two-way. It is what you communicate to the other person and what the person who got the message has been understood or not. Soft skills come under communication skill. Correct. Customer and interpersonal skills. Thank you. Thank you all. Now, transferable skills are also there. Where transferable skills like leadership, motivation, and delegation is also there. Natural skills is like what? Fast decision making, like how in your own you decide and make the decisions. Analytical thinking is one type of skill. Now, I think I have cleared what skill is. Now, let me move on to the secrets of. Yeah. So now skill, we have discussed about the skill and now we are going to discuss about secrets of job search. Can you just tell me what will be the secrets of job search? Contacts? No. Yes, of course, resume. Correct. Right fit for the right job. Practice. Experience. Better communication. Ability of doing something well. Okay. Let us see what all the secrets of job search. So the first is understand the job requirements. What will be the job requirements? What is job requirements in this? It is a qualification and skill both put together, which is necessary and for a certain positions. Like how Madan Dinesh was telling, like for the future it will be necessary. Like for the people working in the manufacturing sector, they also need some software. They also have to be updated with softwares and everything. Not only people working in the IT sector will be knowing of more of softwares and everything. When people working in mechanical field and automobiles field, they only know what a mission works and everything. Like Israel Imrat sir said that IoT is very important nowadays in the future. So we have to understand what the job requirements for each and every positions. Like what are the job requirements. Now second, why it is needed. So certain job is equally important for the employer as well as the job seeker. So from the employer point of view, if you see that it is why it is important, in the initial stage, it will be communicated to the job seekers that those are the job descriptions and they have to adhere to the key responsibilities and knowledge, whatever there is in the job positions. So for this example, let me tell you, in case if a recruiter is hiring a person and he perfectly fits for the job, so after a 6 months of training, and they are moving him to the on a deputation work, they are moving him to Delhi or Punjab or Gujarat. So in this place, the employee should not come and tell that he is not going to accept. He is not ready to relocate to the position. In this way, it is very difficult for the employer to handle this situation. So the employee as well as employee should adhere to the job requirements. Like he has to plan that whether if because in today's world, getting a job is not an easy task. So you have to get yourself updated, and you have to make yourself comfortable. You have to learn, explore things. It is not that you have to be in the same place and work with the same work. You have if you go move to the other place, you will come to know that how the location and how location people, when you interact with people, you get to know all most of the things apart from your own world. So these are the things it is required for the job requirements. Next is how. Now, how this job requirement is. It is just a simple one. It is a KISS concept. Now, you should make it as simple. Keep it as simple and short. It is a KISS concept. Now, work experience. In case if you have worked in you have done your internships or projects in any other company, you can mention that. Now, the skills related to that. Once after that, it is professional certifications also play a key role here. Also, your physical activities. Few companies nowadays, what they do is, if a person is not mentioning any of the job physical activities like extracurricular activities like that, they will not give importance for that person. To tell you, in my company, what we do is, in case if an experienced person, whoever he or she is coming for the interview, when they are if we see the candidate data sheet, it is not filled up with the extracurricular activities, we do not hire them. Many of the companies give preference for the physical and extracurricular activities. So these are the things you also have to keep yourself informed that you are good at doing, you are good at dancing, like that, etc. Now let us move to the self-evaluation. How do you evaluate yourself? Can I have the answers for this?
Prajita, last 1 minute left over.
Yes, sir. Okay, I could not see technical test. Okay. Okay. So let me just tell you, as I'm running out of time. So self-evaluation can be done by the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is nothing but your strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So this internal origin is your strength and your opportunities. Yeah, the external origin is your weakness and threats. Like strength, your strength may be your time management. Like your weakness will be like in case if you don't have any confidence, you're lacking in the confidence section. So with whom you can just check this SWOT analysis. It is not only you have to do for yourself. You can just share it with your professors, your the place where you did your internship, and your friends also. You can just check with your friends to do a SWOT analysis. Next is the resume preparation. Most of you all by this time would have completed your resume. So what I will tell you is that just I will tell you not what all the don'ts should not be there in your resume. Your fake data should not be there. You should be clear in case if you have done a group project, you just mention a group project completed with so and so subject. In case if you have done your individual project done by the project name. Then you have to do your personalized identification. Please don't mention your personalized identification in your resume. Also, no information about your caste or religion like that. Please don't mention those things. So do's is you have to mention your full name in your resume. Also, the main important thing here is everyone by now you have registered into Naukri or LinkedIn. So you have to take your LinkedIn, your link, profile link, and just mention it there in your resume. It is the main important thing nowadays. So the recruiter, by just selecting that link from your resume, they can go and view your LinkedIn profile. So this is the easy way for them to view in detail about your profile, like from which college you're from and everything, though you will be mentioning all this in your resume. Next is the job, apply for the job search. Now, most of you all should have started your job search during your first year in your career, but at the time, no one will know where you will land up in at the end. Now, it is okay, fine. For the final year students, now from this point of view, though you have not completed your final examination and your Viva and everything, from today or from your start date, you just do like you have to do some research before you apply for the job. So notice that you can apply for all the job, like for a BPO or from manufacturing, in case if there is any opening, or like you first decide where you want to go and land up in. In case if you're going to go and land up in a manufacturing sector or IT sector, you just apply for those openings, not for all. Then you have to make yourself create a Naukri profile. It is very important that you create a Naukri profile. Then your LinkedIn, it is very, very important. It is not that only you create, login and create it. You have to keep everything updated, 100% you have to update your profile and keep. Also in LinkedIn, just logging into the details and your name and college name is not just you're creating your profile. You have to update all the things in detail about that. Also update your CV in LinkedIn and Naukri. Okay, let me yes sir. Let me share few things where you can go and update yourselves, learn about other sites also. This will be more useful for you. So top sites you review to review your resume is like you can go and review a resume, make a resume format for you like this. And top sites for your career is LinkedIn, Naukri, Indeed, Monster. These are the sites you can go and apply for the jobs. So top sites for your career is this: Stanford Online, everything. Top skills in demand. These are the skills where you can, until you get a job, you can go and update yourself, learn about these. At least the basics will be useful for you. So Excel is a very important thing nowadays. Most of the organizations give importance for Excel. Thank you.
Thank you, Prajita. Thanks for sharing. I know I have to put a hard stop. And the slide content, what you are having is a very informative. I think we can circulate to all the participants through either through chat box here or through Professor. I will give the details to the slide to Professor Philip so that he can forward it to all the participants along with this. Yeah, thank you. And friends, Prajita has brought in a very, very valid point about how do we make a job search is most important. Number one, actually, I always suggest people, if you want to search for a job, look for a job which makes you more interesting. Don't look for a job because always people come and ask, if I study this course, will I be able to get a job? No, never look at that. Look at the job where you have a knowledge and expertise and skills, number one. Second is, which job gives you more interesting. These two components, if you are able to match and look for a job, you will be best landed in your job and you will be happy for ever in your career. So for identifying that, the SWOT analysis, identifying right job is the formula Prajita has shared with you all. And very, very important point I want to tell you all, friends, when you are searching a job, this course, what you are studying is only a passport. Don't consider this education as a tool for searching only job. Many times we think, வேலைக்கு போறதுக்காக படிக்கிறோம் அப்படினு. வேலைக்கு போறதுக்காக மட்டும் படிக்கிறது கூடாது. நம்ம படிப்பு வந்து it is for enhancing our knowledge, learning certain new things. And அந்த படிப்பை எப்படி அப்ளை பண்றோம்ங்கறத வாழ்க்கையில முக்கியம். If you go back and see, சுந்தர் பிச்சையோட படிச்சவங்க பல பேர் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஐஐடில மேபி இன் ஸ்டில் கண்டினியூங் as ஒரு கம்பெனில ஒரு மேனேஜரா தான் இருப்பாங்க. எல்லாரும் ஒரே சிலபஸ். சுந்தர் பிச்சை படிச்சது அதே சிலபஸ் தான், சுந்தர் பிச்சை கிளாஸ்மேட்ஸ் படிச்சது அதே சிலபஸ் தான். சோ என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் வந்துச்சு? சுந்தர் பிச்சைக்கும் அவங்களுக்கு என்ன மேஜர் டிஃபரன்ஸ்? What's the difference? The difference is Sundar Pichai applied his knowledge in a different way than his classmates. He utilized his knowledge and expertise in a different way, identified different opportunities. அவர் பயன்படுத்திய விதம், அவர் கற்றுக்கொண்ட கல்வியை அவர் பயன்படுத்திய விதம் வந்து மற்றவங்களோட விட டிஃபரெண்டா இருந்ததனால தான் சுந்தர் பிச்சை டிஃபரெண்ட் ஆனார். So I want to tell you all, the படிப்பு அப்படிங்கிறது study is only for not only for making money or landing up in job. How you are utilizing, applying your study is more important. அதுக்கு don't make your studies only for academic oriented, mark oriented. Just one day before examination, read overnight, go there and write exam, pass some 40 marks or 60 marks percentage. That's not a matter at all here. Your number is valid only you are getting your first job. The percentage, the first 4 years, all 4 years you are studying your engineering, 2 years MBA, all those numbers, marks only used for your, just to complete your entry into your job. That's all. At the entry la percentage paapanga. Once you complete your entry, after you have become experienced, how you applied your education in that experience is going to play a role rather than carrying that mark. Only few institutions nee enna job ponal 10th la mark kepanga. But all these things will override if you are excelling in your job, irrespective of your marks, you will grow in your career. To excel in that job, you have to choose your right career. How do I right choice career? Should choose, I have to see my strength and what I like. Two things. What is my strength? What I like. These two should merge. You may have a strength, but you don't have a liking, passion towards that, then you will not like that job for a long time. So having a right skill for the job, and you also should like that kind of a content in the job. Programming na coding எனக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா தான் coding க்கு போகணும். சரியா? Supervising na supervising பிடிச்சிருந்தா supervisory job க்கு போகணும். Now, if I'm a more individual performer, subject matter expertise, I should not go for a supervisory work. I should not go for a managerial role. So that's what the way we should identify our career. So identifying career, number one, you should identify what is your knowledge, skill, and your expertise on that. எதுல வந்து சிறப்பா இருக்கீங்கன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கங்க. எது செஞ்சா உங்களுக்கு பிடிக்குது? எதில் சிறப்பாக இருக்கிறீர்கள்? எது செய்தால் பிடிக்கிறது? இது ரெண்டையும் கம்பைன்டா வச்சு பார்த்து உங்களுக்கு ஜாப் பிடிச்சீங்கன்னா you are successful in career rather than looking at money at the time of entering into a job. Thanks Prajita for sharing this insight. Now I would like to invite our friend Mr. Guru. Guru is a very famous HR personality in the HR fraternity in the Chennai, and he's a HR he's a HR manager in Torre Industries. Prior to this, he worked with different companies like the Hyundai and famous automobile industries he has worked in, and he has finished his MSW with 13 years of experience he's having. He worked in automobile, telecom and chemical industries, and he's also very good in developing greenfield project. Greenfield means you are starting a company from the ground onwards. New factory setup, talent acquisition, performance management, training and development, industrial relations, statutory compliance, conciliation, domestic inquiry, long-term settlement. Anything you name in HR, he's having a complete expertise, Kumaraguru. Instrumental in change management process, employee reskilling process, outplacement projects, and also having a very good expertise in public networking and employees coaching and event management. So thanks a lot, Guru, for volunteering to be a speaker for this wonderful day. We are eager to listen from you. I'm stopping my sharing here. Please start sharing your screen and your expertise. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the wonderful introduction. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are very much audible, Guru. You can start.
Yes, sir. I'll share my presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can put a slide show.
Yeah. Good afternoon, friends. Thanks a lot for extending this opportunity. I thank ABC management, Israel sir, and faculties. So I would like to cover my topic through a small story about a conversation between a monk and his disciple. Disciple means his followers. It's a story about a guru and followers. Once there was a monk, while he was preaching his disciples, they asked him a question. My dear master, we are so blessed to have you as our master. We learned so many things from you, so many practices from you. We are just curious to ask you, who is your master? From whom did you got more inspired most? For which monk explained them, though he had a few masters in his life, he wanted to highlight about 3 unique masters, who are a child, a dog, and a thief. His followers were surprised to understand this. They asked a question to him, my dear monk, we are just wondering that how can be a culprit or criminal like thief can be your master, or a small child for that case. Also, we are shocked to see how come a dog can be your inspiration. Monk smiled at them and replied, once he was in a festival, village festival, he noticed a father was playing with his child. While he was playing, he was throwing the child in the air and catching him back, just to make the child curious and laugh him out. That time, child was laughing out and enjoying his play with his father. So I could perceive that child was in complete trust with his father. And he believed that father will not miss to catch him back. So in this observation, I learned out of the trust, the child was enjoying the play. In another day, when I was about to meditate on the riverside, I noticed a dog came near to the river. Once it came near to the water, suddenly it started barking. And then I was surprised why the dog was barking at the water. Then later I realized, by seeing his own face, thinking of some other dog is inside the water and staring at him, so he started barking out of confusion and frustration. Suddenly he jumped inside the water. The dog jumped inside the water, and the reflection got disappeared. And this time, without any fear, he drank the water and left the place peacefully. I was very much inspired and learned from the dog that out of his courage, they jumped into the, we need to jump into a situation to handle it, however it is challenging. In this story also, dog actually tried to fight with the reflection in the water. Out of courage, the dog was ready to jump into the water. And another day, a monk came to understand about a thief who always prayed to a god whenever he attempted the theft. Before starting his day, before starting the theft, he always prayed. But one day he caught by police as well. But monk was surprised and inspired, though the thief was doing a wrong job, but he had the discipline to pray to the god. So monk learned the discipline from this thief. Monk has concluded that these 3 are my great masters and my source of inspiration. Friends, looking at this monk's observation, you may be wondering, how can a monk think like this? But believe me, as far as your perception is positive, it does good to you, it is okay to have a different perception. Perception always differs. So just by observing things, how does this monk perceive? This is happening in his subconscious mind. The trust, courage, discipline, integrity, perseverance, whatever it may be, it is happening in his subconscious mind. Friends, do you know what influences this perception? Yes, this is what my topic about. It is values. Friends, actually in the past 3 decades, we forget this word actually, values. We forget to have our personal values. So values are the one thing what you stand for and what for not. These are your values. Values are non-negotiable always. You need to walk the talk. Once you set the value, you should act according to it. Values are always lifetime. Once you set the value, you will not differentiate the value or you will not go out of it anytime in your life in future. Also, please understand that values act as a guiding compass for your all behaviors and actions. For example, you may take the value of following the rules. Whenever you are there in the signal, even if there is no policeman, no vehicles are there, if you have the values of following rules, you will stop there. So in each and every action, the value will keep guiding you. So this is what the learning from the story. We must set at least 2 values for ourselves. As a students, this is the right phase to set your values. Looking at this slide, see, you can refer this tree, the complete tree as a human being. The upper part, whatever you see, the fruits, these are your skills, behavior, and knowledge. So in many seasons, it may change. You may be having a few fruits today. You may be having more fruits in future. Because of season change, you will have to update your competency as well. So these 3 things forms part of your personality, the upper part. While developing about this upper part, never ever forget about the root. Of course, friends, this is what values. So when you cultivate the root, the acquisition of skills, competency, and behavior and knowledge will become strengthened. Some of the benefits of values are, once you have some set of values, it will always give you a positive approach. Maybe take the case of the monk story. He is having some values because of which he is seeing things positively. And self-motivation and confidence. For this, maybe I can give my own reference. In the month of February this year, I was about to climb a mountain. It's a 7 hill in Coimbatore. So when I tried, I finished the first mountain, I got exhausted completely. And then actually my value helped me to proceed further. My values are, finish what you start always. This is the value I follow in my life. Whatever you start, you must finish it. Only then you can understand the result or complication or challenging or failure. It all becomes your learning. So this value I followed in my life, finish what you start. And my second value I always follow, be a deaf frog to all demotivating things. There is a deaf frog story in the Google, maybe you can check. Deaf frog means we no need to listen to all the demotivation factors in our life. So these 2 values I follow. So when I was climbing the mountain, out of this value, finish what you start, pushed me to climb the further 5 mountains. And then I have completed the climbing also. And third benefit is personality and identity. If you take the case of whenever you are having a conversation with your friend, you say no, if something your friend is asking you to do it, then you say no, I will not do this. This is not in my book. Then that moment, your friend or family members will look at you very differently. It will give you an identity. It will develop your personality. Values also develop your leadership skills. I will tell you how can you develop your leadership skills with the help of value. When you continuously articulate. See, values is a thing where we keep it within ourselves. Once you started speaking out your value to others, your friends or family, or in an office situation, or in a college, you become a leader, because the value which is doing good to you will do good to others also. You take the famous leaders like Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, even that case Lord Jesus. Their personal values become a public vision in their life. Their personal value become a public goal, and they become a fantastic leader in the history. So having values is very, very important, friends. I could refer my personal experience also. When I did a lot of interview during my career. In my first job, we were about to recruit a girl for the key account management position, where this candidate expectation from the candidate is to have full-fledged knowledge in MS Office, Excel. So this girl is economically downward. She did not study well about MS Office. So while interviewing, she given an interview. At one point of time, after giving the practical test, the hiring manager told her, "You have scored very less mark in the MS Office. How can we recruit you?" That girl actually used one particular word. That is, she told, "Sir, I will cultivate my knowledge, sir. I will cultivate my skill." And then she left the place. And then this manager told me, "Guru, we need to hire this girl." Then I asked him, "Why, sir?" He told, even though she secured a failure mark in written test, I admired the usage of word cultivate. She must be a strong underlying person. I can groom this person. Please recruit her. Then we offered her. She became a manager in Kevincare. This is a live example. So that is the importance of value, my dear friends. So when you go out of this session, after this session, please write at least 2 values that you follow in the life. At least it must do positive thing to you, to your life first. So write those 2 values. So values are not like New Year resolution. Please understand. New Year resolution is so materialistic, sometimes maybe health aspect also, but it keeps changing. But values are lifetime principles. So this is about my topic, friends. Have you identified your personal value? If not, this is the right time to identify your personal value, my dear friends. For this, in order to rekindle your thought about the setting up values and principles and all, I would like to suggest you 3 books. Please note down about these books. Maybe I can share this presentation with Philip sir also. The book about the alchemist. This is the book about a fictional story, a fable about a boy who travel around to achieve his dream. It's a fantastic book. Please read through it. Maybe you can go in this order, in the same order. First, you start with the Alchemist book. Second, you can read about Great Leaders Grow. This is the book about how a newcomer, how a fresher, while starting his career, what are the challenges he is facing. How a fresher can become a leader. Those stuff you can see it in the second book. You have some practical exercise also at the end of the book. You can enjoy it. The third one is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So once you read through the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it's very difficult to master it. But of course, in your day-to-day life, when you adapt all those concepts, definitely you can see the graph rising up in your career. So these are the 3 books I would like to suggest, my friends. If you need any guidance or suggestion in how to set values, please write a couple of your values and share it with Philip sir. He will collect and share it with me. I can help you out. What can be value? If you have any apprehension, maybe I can help you out to set your values. Thank you, friends. Thank you, ABC Management and Israel sir, for the opportunity. So this is my end of presentation. Israel sir, I'm done. Philip sir, could you get my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, Israel, sir. Oh,
Hello.
yeah, sir.
Yes, Guru, you are done.
Yes, sir, I'm done.
Okay, thank you, Guru. It was a real wonderful talk on the value system. See, however you are talented, if you want to grow in your life and your career, the value system is going to play a role. So, what does this value system means? எனக்குன்னு சில கோட்பாடுகள், சில மதிப்பீடுகளை நான் வச்சிருப்பேன். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், லைஃப்ல நான் எங்க போனாலும் லஞ்சம் கொடுக்க மாட்டேன், வாங்க மாட்டேங்கிறது என்னுடைய ஒரு மதிப்பீடுகளா இருக்கலாம். நேர்மையா இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எங்க போனாலும் டைமுக்கு ஆன் டைம் போயிடுவேன் அப்படிங்கிறது ஒண்ணா இருக்கலாம். இப்ப குரு என்ன சொன்னாரு, அவரோட ஒரு வேலையை ஆரம்பிச்சா அதை முடிக்காம விட மாட்டேங்கிறது குருவோட ஒரு வேல்யூ சிஸ்டம். அந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்குள்ள நிறைய வேல்யூ சிஸ்டம்ஸ் இருக்கும். இதை நீங்க அப்பா கிட்ட இருந்தோ, அம்மா கிட்ட இருந்தோ, இல்ல உங்க டீச்சர் கிட்ட வந்தோ நீங்க கத்திருப்பீங்க. அதை பார்த்து இன்ஸ்பயர் ஆயிருப்பீங்க. ஓ, இவர் இப்படி ஒரு வேல்யூ சிஸ்டம் வச்சிருக்காரு, இது நல்லா இருக்கே அப்படின்ட்டு. அப்படிங்கும் போது அந்த வேல்யூ சிஸ்டத்தை நீங்க அடாப்ட் பண்ணி அதுல ஸ்டாண்ட் பை நின்னுங்க. முக்கியமா வேல்யூ சிஸ்டம்ங்கிறது ஒண்ணு கிடையாது, பல இருக்கு. மேக்ஸிமம் வேல்யூ சிஸ்டத்தை நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி அடாப்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிக்க we will grow faster. Kavin, your Kavin, your video is on. Can you please put it on mute, please, Kavin? Kavin Michael. Okay. See, what you need to do is, please identify your value system in your life. That is most important than your talent. You may be very, very talented in your life. You may have plenty of skills. For example, think about Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden had a quality of building an organization, building a government on his own, building an army on his own, and he is able to mesmerize people to follow his words, and he is able to think for a two people have to blast two twin towers. ஒரு 2 twin tower மேல நீங்க ஒரு ஃளைட்ட போய் மோதி அதை வந்து உடைக்கணும்னா நீங்க எத்தனை நாளைக்கு முன்னாடியே ஃளைட்டை கத்துக்க ஆரம்பிக்கணும். ஃளைட்டை கத்துக்கும் பொழுது என்னன்னு சொல்லி கத்துக்குவீங்க. அவங்க 2 பேரையும் ஃளைட்டை கத்துக்க வைக்கணும். கத்துக்கிட்ட பிறகு அந்த ஃளைட்ல திருட்டுத்தனமா உள்ள போக வைக்கணும். உள்ள போன பிறகு அதுக்குரிய எக்யூப்மெண்ட்ஸை வச்சு ஃளைட்டை ஹைஜாக் பண்றாங்க. ஹைஜாக் பண்ண பிறகு அந்த ஃளைட்டை கொண்டு போய் நேரா கொண்டு போய் கரெக்டா அந்த பில்லர் மேல இடிக்கிறாங்க. அப்போ அதுக்கு எவ்வளவு தைரியம் வேணும் அந்த நேரத்துல. நான் வந்து சாக போறேன்னு நினைக்கிறதே ஒரு பெரிய கஷ்டமான விஷயம். சாக போற நேரத்துலயும் நான் என்னுடைய கோல் இது, அந்த கோல் நோக்கி ஓட வைக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு திறனை வந்து அவங்களுக்கு கொண்டு வரதுக்குரிய ஒரு விஷனை செட் பண்ணாரு பாருங்க. ஆனாலும் ஒசாமா பின் லேடன் இவ்வளவு டேலண்ட் இருந்தாலும் அவர் நல்லவங்கன்னு நம்ம சொல்ல மாட்டோம். காரணம் என்னன்னா, அவர் வேல்யூ சிஸ்டம் வாஸ் பேட். What he is taught for society, he has done bad thing for society. He spoiled the mind of the people towards bad things. அதுதான் அந்த வேல்யூ சிஸ்டம். So you may have plenty of skills and knowledge. அறிவு இருக்கலாம், திறன் இருக்கலாம். அந்த திறனை சரியான வகையில பயன்படுத்துறது தான் ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம். So all of you should be very prepared to use your skills. You should have a right value system. அதுதான் ரொம்ப அழகா குரு ப்ரொஜெக்ட் பண்ணாரு. நீங்க எவ்வளவு திறமையான ஓடால் இருக்கலாம், பொழுதுக்கு மொபைலை கையில வச்சுக்கிட்டே டைம் ஓடிட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னா definitely you will not be able to grow in your career. So அதனால என்ன யூஸ் வர போகுது? அந்த மொபைலை எப்படி how do I use for the society and people around me is going to make you to be growing in your life. So make sure that most of us actually spending our time, wasting our time in mobile, WhatsApp, Facebook, social media. See, look at that. Have a fun towards that, but have a timeline for that. Have a timeline. I will not use mobile beyond this timeline. Have that kind of value system. Utilize that skill for a right context. Then you will grow in your career. That's what actually Guru has very nicely pointed out here. Now, maybe quickly, since though we have already crossed the time, I can open up the floor for 1 or 2 questions quickly to start. 1 or 2 questions. Maybe you can type it on. I can ask the resource people. Floor is open for typing your questions in the chat box. So you can open up, floor is open for questions. If you are okay, you can open up for the questions. So we are all available, connected through Professor Philip. Also, you can connect, and this is our LinkedIn profile, and all of us, always available for helping the society, community. Colleges wants to connect us. We are here to ready to help you out. That's what the maximum best at this point of time we can do you all. The students, once again, the participants, faculties, I would like to highlight and tell you that the intention of us to develop a better society. Yes, this is the very, very challenging time coming in front of us, very difficult situation coming in front of us, but this is what going to make us much more stronger and stronger in life. Most of you from the state of Tamil Nadu, உங்களுக்கே தெரியும். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், ஒரு காலத்துல ரஜினிகாந்த்னு ஒருத்தர் வந்து இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் ஆகி நடிக்க வந்தப்போ எவ்வளவு பெரிய சேலஞ்ச் இருந்திருக்கும். ஒரு மனுஷனுக்கு அவருக்கு இடையில முன்னாடி இருந்த சேலஞ்ச் என்னன்னா, அவருக்கு லோக்கல் தமிழ் தெரியாது, அவ்வளவு சிறப்பா நடிக்கவும் வராது, டான்ஸ் ஆட வராது, கலரும் அந்த அளவுக்கு இல்லை. இவ்வளவு பிரச்சனைகளுக்கு இடையில ஒரு மனுஷன் எப்படி சூப்பர் ஸ்டாரா வளர்ந்தாரு? அப்போ ஒரு மனுஷன் பிரச்சனையா இருக்கும் பொழுது மட்டும்தான் அதிகமா வளர முடியும். If you have a challenges in front of you, you will be growing much more faster than anybody. For example, take for example a Jyoti. Recently, all of you have seen from Jyoti from North, no? 1400 kilometers அப்பாவை சைக்கிள்ல வச்சு கூட்டிட்டு போயிருக்காங்க. ஒரு கேர்ள், 16 வயசு கேர்ள், நாட் ஈவன் அடல்ட் ஸ்டேஜ் கூட வரல, அடலசன்ட் ஸ்டேஜ்ல இருக்க கேர்ள். எப்படி வந்து நம்மளால ஒரு 30 கிலோமீட்டர் ஒரு நாளைக்கு சைக்கிள் ஓட்ட முடியாது, 1400 kilometers அந்த கேர்ள் எப்படி ஓட முடிஞ்சது, கூட்டிட்டு போக முடிஞ்சது? So when that kind of a necessity arise, our inner talents which is hidden in us will come out. அந்த திறமையும் அந்த சூழ்நிலையும் நம்மளுடைய உள்ளார ஒளிந்திருக்கிற திறமைகளை வெளியே கொண்டு வரதுக்கு பயன்படும். அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லலாம். இந்த டைம்ல நடந்தது. ஒரு லேடி 1400 கிலோமீட்டர் ஸ்கூட்டியை ஓட்டிட்டு பையனை போய் ஆந்திர பிரதேஷ்ல போய் கூட்டிட்டு வந்தாங்க அந்த கோவிட் டைம்ல. இந்த கோவிட் ஒரு சேலஞ்சா பார்க்காம இது ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியா பாருங்க. இந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கேன் மேக் us to grow in our life and succeed in our life. So all of you have got a plenty of opportunity. See this problem, see this challenge as an opportunity in your growing in your life. You will become very successful. I know it's shortage of time. I've seen very few questions coming up, but due to shortage of time, I would like to close this session and hand it over. Thank you for patient listening on this Saturday. From lunch time also we have taken it up. It's already crossing lunch time, and everyone has very actively participated and shared your knowledge and expertise. And resource people, Shekhar, due to technical difficulties, we are not able to connect you in full, and we lost some of your words. I would request you all to share the slides to Philip sir. He will share back the slide to all the participants. And,
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Everyone, thanks a lot for your time. Prajita, thank you for sharing your expertise. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Handing over to Professor Philip.
Yeah, thank you, sir. A warm and graceful noon to our valuable chairman, Dr. Peter Jesdas, principal, Dr. Alex Rajubalan, the guest and the participants, the staff and students of AVCA. On behalf of our AVCA family, I thank the moderator of this session, Mr. Israel Inbaraj, and the resource person, Mr. Shekhar, Mr. Dinesh, and Mr. Guru, and Ms. Prajita for giving a wonderful presentation in readiness on future work. Last but not least, a big thank you to each one of you who made this discussion as a memorable one for all of us. Have a nice day.